you've been running this integration group in London. Actually, perhaps we can kind of attempt to just say what integration is, because it's a word we've thrown around a bit, but we've not really said precisely what it is. It's quite hard to define, I guess.
It is quite hard. Yeah, I suppose. Well, I suppose it's the idea of, the idea that we're kind of have fragmented aspects of ourselves, and how we become more whole. And it's, I was thinking about our psyches. It's thinking that, just due to our experience and traumas, and that we do have these fragmented aspects of ourselves, and that bringing them together, accepting them, and working with them can create a more whole, well-adjusted individual. It's not the most eloquent version of integration, but it's the one I'm running with at the moment.
And there's also, I guess, the idea of integrating lessons you've learned right into your life, and maybe this is kind of embodying. If you've realized that you're disconnected from people, and then you're not actually calling people up on the phone more often, then you've not really integrated that lesson. I guess. Yeah,
completely.
And so what do these circles look like? Are they just open to the general community, or are they specifically for people who've been in the studies?
So participants from the study can come for free, but it's also open to the general community. So people who've been to, say, retreats in Amsterdam, or have found a way to have a guided session somehow illegally in the UK, will come. And we don't allow any more than 15 people. And we have we serve tea, we sit in a circle, we will do a meditation to help us arrive, and then we will, so we find out how many people would like to talk. Usually it's about 5 or 6, which is good because we don't really have the time for everyone to talk. And then we kind of encourage people to just be open to each other's experience, and not trying to offer advice or fix it kind of solutions, just kind of in a way help create that liminal space of openness, so that the person can perhaps reconnect with their psychedelic experience. We encourage them to focus just on one experience, and we say to them, if you just want to be witness, that's absolutely fine, but if you want feedback from the group, then let us know. And then usually someone's experience will resonate with someone else, and so it goes that people, and I find what we find is that because of the nature of the psychedelic experience, the groups are incredibly powerful, and people go very deep very quickly, because they're going deep into their psyche, and then after the people have shared, we will just hold hands and maybe do 3 ohms and say goodbye. So that's very much. But obviously it's been happening on Zoom now, so that's quite different. Equally as interesting, but it feels a little less connected, I suppose, a bit more disembodied in the Zoom sphere.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think this is, as you say, a kind of really important part of the healing process. I myself was on an ayahuasca retreat where there was a kind of a healing, a group share thing that happened daily, and that I was surprised that perhaps that was the most powerful part of the whole process of kind of being vulnerable and being heard, and seeing other people be vulnerable, and it just be okay. It's just that's not if that's not something you're doing in your daily life. It's a real it's a powerful space to be in. So I would definitely encourage people to not neglect this kind
not
of
to shirk the integration.
Yeah.
Because well, I mean, if we think that so many of our wounds are relational and usually related to shame, I think sharing and connection are the antidote to shame. So once you're able to be vulnerable and accepted by other people in what you think are your darkest, most awful moments, then shame no longer has its tendrils in you. It's no longer kind of inhibiting you in the same way. So that capacity to be vulnerable and open with others really is what fosters and deepens our connections and our relationships. So in a way, the integration group kind of models that. It kind of gives that sense of, wow, you can be this intimate and share yourself to this depth with a group of people you don't really know. So I think it's a good practice of you know, what kind of relationships do you want in your life, and you know, how to move forward in ways of developing deeper intimacy and connection.